My girlfriend started talking in her sleep, but the things she said weren't hers to know. The first time she said my name in her sleep, I didn't think anything of it. We'd been dating for almost a year, living together for 3 months, and it was the kind of domestic quiet I hadn't realized I'd been craving. Long evenings cooking pasta, her music playing low in the background, her voice humming along, sometimes off-key but warm. The apartment smelled like rosemary and coffee. It felt safe, so when I woke up to hear her whisper, "Eli, don't go there," I just thought she was dreaming. Except my name isn't Eli, it's Ryan. At first I laughed it off the next morning. "Rough dreams?" I asked. She blinked, pouring coffee, her hair still messy from sleep. "Why? You said something in your sleep. Sounded like you were warning someone." "Eli, I think." Her hand froze on the coffee pot for half a second, too fast for most people to notice. Then she smiled. "Probably just a random dream. I don't even know an Eli." I believed her. Why wouldn't I? But that was before the second night, and the third. The second night. I woke up around 3:11 a.m. I remember because the clock light glowed red across the room, faint and fuzzy through my half-open eyes. She was sitting upright, not violently, not jerking awake, just sitting there. Her eyes were open, but she wasn't looking at anything. Her lips moved slowly like she was whispering to someone who wasn't there. I thought maybe she was dreaming again, caught in some kind of sleep-talking trance. Then she turned toward me. Her eyes weren't blank. They were focused, and she said, "He's standing behind you." I whipped around, heart pounding, nothing but empty space. When I turned back, she was already lying down again, fast asleep. I didn't sleep the rest of the night. The next morning, she was herself again, soft, calm, a little groggy, but when I told her what happened, she went pale. I said that, word for word. She rubbed her temples. I don't remember any of it. Her hands trembled slightly as she reached for her mug. "Ryan, can I ask you something weird?" "Sure. Have you ever felt like the air in this apartment is heavy?" The question threw me. Heavy how? She looked at me for a long second. "Like it's watching." That's when I started noticing things I hadn't before. Small things, like how sometimes the hallway light would flicker only when she walked under it, or how our cat, Junie, refused to sleep in our room after midnight, or the sound, faint but distinct, of breathing near the closet when the apartment was silent. At first, I thought it was just my mind feeding on her fear, until I found the notebook. It was buried under her nightstand, wedged between a stack of old receipts and a broken lamp cord, a plain black journal with no name. I opened it to the middle. The handwriting wasn't hers. The first page I read said, "She's remembering again. Don't let her talk about the basement." I froze. I flipped through more pages, dates, notes, descriptions of my girlfriend, S, sleeping, eating, going to work. S woke at 2:30 a.m. again. Mentioned Eli. Doesn't recognize the name when awake. Voice in the recording grows louder each night. Might need to move soon. Recordings? I scanned the next entry, tried to capture it. Recording corrupted at 3:11 a.m. again, the exact time she'd spoken the night before. I confronted her that evening when she came home from work. "Who's Eli?" She froze in the doorway, coat half off. "What? Don't lie to me, Sarah. Who is he?" "I told you, I don't." I tossed the notebook on the table. It slid across the wood and stopped by her hand. "Then what's this?" She stared at it like it was a snake. "Where did you find that?" "Under your nightstand," her voice cracked. "You weren't supposed to see that." "What does that mean?" Tears welled in her eyes. "Ryan, please, just listen. I didn't write it. I swear." "Then who did?" "I don't know. She told me she'd moved into this apartment before we met, right after breaking up with her last boyfriend. She'd found the notebook one night while cleaning and assumed it belonged to him, but when she'd asked, he denied it, said he'd never seen it before. 2 weeks later, he vanished, just gone. No contact, no closure. She assumed he'd ghosted her, until a few months after when she started talking in her sleep. "The first time I said Eli," she whispered, "I woke up with a bruise on my neck. From what? I don't know." That night I decided to record her. Just one night, I told myself, just to prove it was all in our heads. I set my phone on the dresser, screen facing the bed, recording. Full story on my channel, link below.